I want to say on the Warriors, there are 3 players currently who are in Hall of Fame conversation. Curry is, God knows, he defines the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. You could make a case that he's the greatest point guard who ever lived. Of course, you would talk about Magic and you would talk about Oscar Robertson, but he is certainly in that conversation. And his 3-point shooting has changed the game. Mm-hmm. So he's a no question Hall of Famer. I would say Klay Thompson is borderline. And here's the way I define it. If he never played, would the game be different? If Curry never played, basketball wouldn't be the same. If Jordan never played, basketball would never be the same. They're Hall of Famers because they had such a defining impact on Bill Russell, Chamberlain, Jerry West. I'm not sure about Klay Thompson. He's a very good player, and boy, do I want him on my team. I'm not sure he's a Hall of Famer, but if he were to be elected one, I wouldn't have any objection. I don't think that Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer. I don't vote. I vote for baseball. I don't vote for basketball. I would not vote for him. Would you vote for him?
I would.
Why?
But do you want to make the case against it? You want me to go? I can go first. To me,
go first.
This is a dynasty. This is not a team that won 1 or 2 titles. They won 4 titles. And to properly honor them in the Hall of Fame, it's not Curry. It's not one guy. It's not 2 guys. It was a trio. They were together the entire way. Curry and Thompson played together 3 or 4 years, didn't win shit. Draymond came in and became a starter. They won immediately. I mean, this is a guy who was on a team that won the most games in regular season history, 4 titles, Defensive Player of the Year, 4 All-Stars. I mean, he's Dennis Rodman with point guard skills. He was the guy who led this team in assists on multiple championships. I understand that he only scored 8 points a game. Rodman scored 7. And if Rodman's in the Hall of Fame, I think Draymond is too. But I think it's probably going to be borderline, and a lot of people might disagree with me.
One thing about him and Rodman, in his career, Draymond Green has scored 8 points a game, which ain't no big deal. And Rodman's 7. But Rodman averaged 13 rebounds a game in his career. And Draymond, I think, is 7. You could check it. I think it's 7 rebounds a game. That's a big difference.
It is a big difference. Draymond Green's a much better offensive player. I mean, he doesn't score, but he's the point guard of the team. And I mean, he's the most unique player I've ever seen. Steph as well. But if you put Draymond Green, if you gave him to Nelly, that was the player Nelly was always missing. I mean, Nelly had offense. He had great shooters, great passers. He never had a guy who could play that small ball center and actually defend. That's Draymond. And so I think if you put him on Run TMC in the late 80s and early 90s, that team might win a championship.
Yeah, I think he's an indispensable member of a championship team. So now we're splitting hairs. I don't think he's an all-star, but I think you need him. So
yeah,
that's how
what's interesting is I actually think if you were to rank the players in this dynasty, I would put Draymond ahead of Klay.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see it, and I appreciate it, but don't call him Nelly. He's Don Nelson. We're not his friends.
Excuse me. Don Nelson, official B&A Music 88, says Kyle embodies my only competition is me, and then beats himself like he beats the Rams. New segment, says Andrew Vide. New segment on Cohn's own Schmucks versus Weasels. I think there's something there. Okay. See, I had to be strategic. I didn't want to put myself in a situation where I was defending Draymond because you can't really defend what he did. You had to go after Sabonis.
I like it. Yeah. Is Paraga schmuck?
Weasel.
Oh, Weasel.
Weasel.
Oh, you're so much smarter than Weasel.
Weasel.